Hello folks, this is Garrett, and today Clint, CSpray and I will be bringing to you yet another collaboration. We brought to you first the collab comparison between Classics, Henkai Mirage, and Electro Disruptor Liger. And so now we're going to tackle the Decepticon versions of this mold. I will be doing Fracture. Clint's going to be doing Drag Strip. Now, Fracture came out as part of the, later on in the year after the first live action movie, as part of the Walmart exclusives. I believe apparently it was, from what I was reading, it was originally they were thinking going to be part of the Universe line after that picked up, after the movie died down and all. But then they changed their minds and made it part of the movie line. This is one of those ones, when it comes to the movie, I pretty much, I try to stick to, at the time, was trying to stick to characters that were just within the actual official storyline. And she shows up in Transformers Alliance, issues 3 and 4, I believe, with Swindle and Dead End. And she didn't last very long. She shows up in Italy, like I said, with Swindle and Dead End. And Ironhide is dispatched in issue number 4. He tracks her down, and unfortunately she has a very short run, and she's run off the edge of a cliff and destroyed, which is kind of sad. She's described as being very loyal to Megatron and his cause, has more than a few screws loose, and is often seen charging headlong into battle. She uses as her weaponry, amongst her weaponry are such things as her negative energy blaster and her seismic, what's it called? The seismic energy stomps that she stomps the ground and is able to create small localized earthquakes. And this is an homage to the GoBot character Crasher, almost. Depicted as pretty much almost the exact same character. There's I don't know a whole lot about the background as far as Hasbro has worked the GoBots into the Transformers universe. I know that there's some dimensional travel there, and like Leader One shows up as one of the mini-cons and different things like that. But so my background on it's a little bit rusty, but she is, we're thinking pretty much, the actual character from GoBots. But she actually also shows up in Megatron Origins, issues 2 and 3, was it? 2 and 4. 2 and 4. I've got my notes here. I couldn't see my notes. I had to reach over and grab them. And she's actually seen in the gladiatorial pits, in the crowds, in issue number 2, and then later on in issue number 4, she joins with Megatron's rebellion and joins in on his side. They're not necessarily the same character, unless they're considering Megatron Origins as part of eventually the movie line, but still it's kind of cool to see her popping up. And I believe also in the Shattered Glass storyline from BotCon and stuff, I believe she was, Crasher. Excuse me. I think she was referred to as Crasher in that. Showed up in there as a cousin or something to Blur. Again, my information on that is on the BotCon story stuff is quite a bit rusty, so I apologize. But all in all, this is this was the figure that made me fall in love with this mold. The red and the white and the black. That coloration is just so spot on homage to the original character. Most of this is actually paint apps. On some of the others, it's molded colored plastic. I think the black plastic here is molded. There's a little bit molded here, but some of this, all this red and white here on top, and a little bit of the black is painted. It has a matte finish, whereas the plastic has a shinier finish. Has a tempographed. You probably can't really see it very well. Try to turn it so it reflects the tempographed Decepticon logo there on the front. Number 1, Formula 1 there on the sides and the front. Again, the great mold, even better paint job. We're gonna go ahead and quickly transform her, and we'll get back to you here in just a second. And the robot mode. Again, more red paint apps here, basically on the torso and on the forearms. But what I really like about this is the paint job on the head. Due to the paint job, the light piping on this does not work. But the paint, I mean, the head sculpt and the paint is, it's like it was almost made to be Fracture. You go back and you look at pictures of the old GoBot Fracture, and I was just really impressed with how well they were able to match those. And she's got the great big giant sonic or seismic stomping feet going on. Just a very, I mean, it's a great mold for that character. So again, that's just a quick look. So now we're gonna kick it on over to Mr. CSpray, who is going to introduce us to Dragstrip. So thank you for watching, and we'll talk to you later.